medical students here in Singapore, and they're very close, and she usually went with him to political rallies. She was by his side all the time, and I discovered he actually doesn't discuss politics with her at all. He just, and that applied to the whole family. So at a time when he would, you know, go through these horrendous things of calling the entire country to be in upheaval, he would come home and say nothing, and the family had to watch TV or read the paper the next day to find out what's going on. Just a fact, I mean, going right back to the letter he wrote to Tunku Abdul Rahman in 1969, he didn't tell, despite the fact that he felt like he was probably going to get put in jail, and he nearly did, he didn't discuss it with his wife. I mean, he was going to get, you know, rubbed out of politics, or he was already lost his seat, but he was likely to end up in jail. So you see then a pattern where he put things in compartments, and he didn't take the politics home for whatever reason, and so for instance, when he's cried in public several times over money politics, over different issues, people think, you know, I mean, his detractors say give him an Emmy, you know, for acting awards. I don't buy it. I believe he was genuine. I believe he's genuine about it, that he actually, that part of him would like to do something, you know, that he regretted money politics. On the other hand, you're quite right. Money politics just took off under Dr. Mahathir, and he clearly, I mean, in the book I quote some of his ministerial friends who say it's impossible that he didn't know who was on the take in the party and who was buying votes in the party elections. Impossible. And it's, you know, his closest friends saying that. And so there is a contradiction, but I think he put it in, especially when the compartment he operated in called politics. I think there's just no holes barred and no restrictions. Musa Hitam, his first Prime Minister, you know, sort of explained this to me. Musa, of course, fell out with him, and then they became, you know, reconciled later on, and they're still on fairly good terms. And at the time when they were feuding, Musa said to Dr. Mahathir, I'd like to invite you to my daughter's wedding, but I feel you mightn't come because we're arguing. And he said, well, Mahathir said, not at all. That's politics. This is friendship. This is completely different thing. And I believe that he really did do that. And similarly, it could be someone could be Dr. Mahathir's best friend, but if it became necessary the next day to cut his head off politically, no crimes whatsoever, because that was politics and it's a different setup. And that's all I can, it doesn't fully explain it at all, but the fact is there were those contradictions there, and I think one has just simply got to, you know, not let, if we're trying to keep the record straight, not let him get away with it. There's a contradiction, you call him on it.